Man, my ass is stressed out. So we get up this morning. I had to get Amy and I had to get both girls ready for school. And Isla was mad. I was mad when we woke her up. Mad, won't get out of bed. Today's Farmer Week. I don't know what that is, right? Everybody, kids dress up like farmer.
A Farmer Week.
It's like
school.
a Dr. Seuss week or something where they're kind of like each day's kind of a different day.
Yeah.
Well, it's Farmer Day, I guess.
Okay.
And so their clothes are vaguely farmer-ish, nothing too over the top. And Isla's not wanting to dress like a farmer. I'm like, Isla, it's overalls and a shirt. It's not really that farmer-like. And boy, she refused to put it on because she didn't want to be a farmer. And won't eat her breakfast. I'm not hungry. I'm not thirsty. I'm like, you've been asleep all night long. I know you're not telling the truth. And it pushed me to like this sort of weird breaking point where like I'm about to get angry. I'm about to get mad. I'm about to yell. I'm struggling with this, man. I'm telling you. I mean, I'm talking to you as a parent who's been through this.
Yeah.
So she's 4. Yeah. She's about to be 5. She gives these vibes off though that she knows better. Like I don't want to say, oh well, I'm gonna give her a little time because she's 4. I should calm down and go easy because she's 4. She's smart enough to know that right is right and wrong is wrong, and this is the way to behave, and doing this is not going to end well. Acting a certain way isn't going to end well. And so I guess maybe sometimes I might expect a little bit too much out of her, but I don't know. This morning I had enough stress in the 1 hour it took us to get up, get going, get up, get ready, get to school. I had enough stress for the week in that one moment. And I really wish I know I needed to do it all differently, but I ain't got a clue what I would have done different. You walk away from a lot of things in life and go, I could have changed this, I could have changed that, or I'm pretty happy with how it went, whatever. But in that hour, I don't know what I needed to do to make it click in her mind.
This is so interesting because, first of all, let me ask you, did she end up dressing like a farmer or no?
She put her clothes on. I went upstairs.
Is she at school right now as a farmer?
Yes. She's in school wearing what her mother picked out.
Okay. I
finally said to Amy, I'm going to go on upstairs. I really needed just to back out of the situation because I was just, I've read a little bit and I've heard a little bit, and Amy and I talk a lot about, how to parent. And I know that you're, to raise your voice and get angry and yell is not going to, imprint the right information into the brain of this child to make them go, okay, next time I'm going to do this and that and the other, and we'll do this, or I'm just going to straighten right up.
I don't know.
All right. So I know that if I were to yell at them in that moment, that I wouldn't have the right impact, not the intended effect, right? Now, there is a way to be stern. There's a way to handle it and demand, be stern and strict, right? And you can raise your voice. I'm not against all those things, but I know that I'm not good enough at doing that I would get the right intended reaction from her. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to go upstairs, get ready. I got to take a shower. I got to get my clothes on. And so Amy, in the time while I was upstairs, got things moving in the right direction, slowly but surely. But we get on the phone after I drop the kids off, and both of us feel like, man, we got pushed to the brink of maybe being angry or yelling or whatever. And we're glad we didn't. Obviously, in all those situations, these happen all the time for parents. But I also feel like, my dad was, you did not want to piss him off. When he was mad, you were terrified. And that kept my ass in line. I wasn't going to go do anything stupid. Now, I misbehaved. I didn't do a chore, or I might have told a little lie here or there, but I wasn't going to do nothing massive. And Amy's dad was much different in how he disciplined them, but she had the same respect for him. Same, like, I don't want to disappoint him. I'm not going to do anything too crazy, right? And so I guess I'm kind of wondering, like, I know that she's 4. But I'm thinking, man, what we're doing today is steering the direction of where they are 10 years from now, right? Yeah.
This is their most impressionable years right now.
Right, right. So it is important to like have a little concern, because how you do, whatever you don't do right now, you're going to have to fix 2-fold, 3-fold in 2 or 3 years, right? And so if she doesn't realize that if she doesn't have that, I guess Isla I'm talking about, if she doesn't have that sort of respect and fear, for lack of a better word, of upsetting her parents in some form, even minimal right now at 4 years old, then man, she's going to be impossible to handle it down the road. That's my worry, right?
That's my worry too. Anytime. It's so funny about this. First of all, I got 2 thoughts. One is, this is when it's great to have, a spouse. I feel so bad for single parents, because when you have that counterbalance, you got the bad guy and the good guy, and they alternate a good bit.
I could not imagine being a single parent in those situations.
Shout out to all of you single parents, because it is not easy. It's not easy when you have your spouse in the house, and yet this is when those advantages take place. When you got my wife and I, we have our good moments, we have our bad moments, and there's always the counterbalance. One of us plays that role so that we can be consistent with our kids. Consistency is one of the most important parts, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Now, the second thing that's funny about this is that you fell in the same trap that I fell into. You know what it is? It's these ridiculous, inconsequential things that we should not be getting mad over, but then it lights our fuse, and now it's a principle that we have to defend.
Yeah.
Like, okay, go to school and don't be a farmer. Big freaking deal, right? Like, okay, so you're not going to be a farmer on Farmer Day. Big deal. But that's not the problem. The problem is that is she going to get away with this? She's going to be okay in disappointing me, or she's going to be okay in changing the expectations? That's the problem. I had the same problem. I was so mad at my daughters, both of them, that they did not like the way the movie Rudy ended. And I'm like, see, there's a principle, there's a life principle there, that if you don't ever quit and you keep after it, you'll succeed in life. And they're like, that was the most boring movie I've ever watched. And I got furious. And then it's like, I'm getting mad, and they're like, are you really getting mad over a movie? And it's like, I'm getting mad over a movie. But it's not the movie, it's the principle. And I don't want you guys to miss this. And so it's all these, like, we apply these life. We feel like if they don't appreciate this, then when they're 20, they're gonna suck as a human being.
Yeah.
And then we overthink it. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is Isla's gonna be fine. She's gonna be fine. She's gonna be fine.
No.
But you gotta just say, you had your bad cop, which was you this morning. Yeah. And I think she's got to know that you were disappointed. But you had your good cop, and that was Amy, who came through and got her in her overalls or whatever she dressed up. And you know what? Isla's not even gonna remember this.
I know,
this
but damn, all I'm saying is that when I say you sit at the table and eat your breakfast, she sits at her table and eats her breakfast. She doesn't turn to me and go, I ain't hungry, and shoves her plate across the table. That right there is bull. And
you can't get away with that.
That's the stuff.
They can't get away with that.
No, that's the stuff that pisses me off. And I don't know exactly how hard to push her in that moment. Because I'll be honest, man. I don't know if I did enough homework, studied up for this test.
I can promise you.
I feel way undertrained.
Yeah.
And not. I don't feel like I'm a very good parent in moments like that. There's moments when I feel like I did a good job, man. I hit a home run there. But then there's these moments where I'm like, wow, I am not ready for this, or I'm not equipped to handle what's happening. And if I don't make the right choice, I didn't seize the opportunity to parent well, right? And make it, and that's a core moment or a core memory maybe, right?
Yeah.
And so
the one thing she remembers from her childhood is the time you know
what I'm saying? Like,
I know what you mean.
Now tomorrow morning, are we going to sit at the breakfast table and tell Daddy and Mommy, no, I'm not hungry, and shove her plate again? you know, those how far will this spiral?
Well, what's the consequence?
Or is it really meaningless?
There's got to be a consequence for it. If there's a consequence for that behavior,
that's the problem. I don't know what the consequence should be.
Well,
like what am I gonna do? I mean, what am I gonna do that's gonna make her go, oh, shoot, that's not good. I guess I need to eat this food. I'm having a hard time really knowing how to, because man, we'll tell her stuff and she's like, it's not like, yeah, I don't care. I don't, I'm not gonna miss this toy. Yeah, I walk in there and I'll say, I'm taking the bouncy house and I'm gonna throw the damn thing in the trash. And yeah, she gets upset and cries, but she ain't trying to eat her food. She's like worried about the bouncy house. Now she's left the table entirely, wondering where, going into wherever the toy is that I'm gonna take away or get rid of. Now she's worried about that. I don't know. It's something, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, we've got guests in here and they're cracking up at us right now.
I hope everybody probably is wondering where the hell this is going. My whole point is like this morning was a freaking exercise in patience. And so I am glad to be sitting at this table and I can spew this horse out and get the pressure off. I am built up.